Welcome back. When I, Leo, the skeptic historian, Agnes, the grounded geologist, and Sam, my cousin, the imaginative engineer, arrived at Skinwalker Ranch, we were intoxicated by the thrill of unearthing the unknown. The land, though picturesque, was pregnant with an unnerving silence, its beauty belying a sinister history of UFO sightings and ghostly apparitions. The whispers of its past wrapped around us like tendrils, invisible yet palpable. Our first week on the ranch was ominously quiet, with only the mundane chatter of our own voices and the mechanical hum of our equipment piercing the silence. It wasn't until the second week that things began to change. A disquieting heaviness pervaded the air, like a storm brewing in the distance. Night fell heavily on the ranch, and our high-tech devices started malfunctioning in inexplicable ways, the screens flickering with ghostly interference. Researching Ute tribal practices, I uncovered chilling beliefs about the ranch. It was said to be plagued by skinwalkers, shape-shifting entities feared and respected in equal measure. As the days wore on, we found strange tracks encircling our ranch, neither human nor animal. It seemed the skinwalkers were more than just folklore. The sense of foreboding intensified when we stumbled upon a family's journal from the 50s. Their accounts of shadows with lives of their own and wails that broke the silence of the night echoed our growing fear. By the third week, the haunting had become more tangible. A coyote, upright and eerily humanoid, appeared at the outskirts of the ranch. Our equipment glitched violently at its presence before plunging us into darkness. Then, on the eve of the fourth week, Sam discovered an ancient Ute well in the northern fields. He said he followed some tracks but became too unnerved to get close alone. Deciding that a strange coyote was not enough proof of something otherworldly, we set out camp. When we reached the well, Sam reached out to trace the moss-covered symbols. Suddenly, he convulsed violently before falling into the well's dark abyss. As Sam was swallowed by the well, I was cast into a state of shock. The echoes of his scream reverberated in my mind, overlapping with the whispers that followed his disappearance. Agnes and I found ourselves alone, staring into the dark abyss that had taken our friend. Without a second thought, we set about finding a way to descend into the well. Our rational minds fell back on practical solutions: ropes, hooks, anything that could aid our descent. We tested the depth of the well by dropping stones into it, but they vanished without a sound, swallowed by the same darkness that had claimed Sam. Thinking back, neither one of us could recollect Sam's body making a sound when we recounted his demise. When we attempted to contact local authorities, all our devices failed us. Calls dropped, screens glitched and went dark. The GPS danced wildly. It pointed in every direction but the correct one. While Agnes mourned our friend's disappearance, I studied the moss-covered symbols Sam had touched before his fall. The ancient Ute inscriptions appeared to be some form of a ritual or prayer, believed to appease the skinwalkers. I recited them aloud, a desperate plea echoing into the void of the well. But the only answer we received was the whispers that seemed to grow louder with each passing moment, a cacophony of voices swirling around us, a reminder of the horror that had claimed our friend. Frustrated and scared, we decided getting help would be Sam's best hope. We started retracing our tracks. As we followed them, it became apparent we were not alone. The tracks were of 4 people, a detail we dared not say aloud, as if speaking it would breathe life to the fact. We reached the ranch, but the curse against our equipment carried on to our vehicle. Stranded with no way out for miles, we started to devise the closest path to get to civilization, to get a search team out to find Sam. That's when we saw it. A humanoid figure with what looked like deer antlers standing upright in the distance, staring directly at us. We were frozen in fear, locked in what felt like an eternal stare down with the creature, broken when it took a singular step forward. We ran to the ranch, barricaded ourselves inside with whatever we could find. The night wore on with an eerie silence, the type of silence that only comes about when a predator is near. That is until the whispers started. Eerily human, yet strangely otherworldly, broken only by cries for help. An older lady, a young child, a scared man, even Sam himself. Each from a different direction and distance. They were traveling too fast to be any animal known to man. Whatever it was all around us. The night turned into a torturous symphony of horror, conducted by the slight glimpses of it through the windows covered over with our barricades. After about an hour, the voices stopped. The night silent once again. Then the oppressive silence of the night was shattered by an inhuman screech, followed by a symphony of whispers. They formed words that twisted into a voice, eerily similar to Sam's. This time it was different. They didn't come from all around us. They sounded like they were right above us. That's when we heard the creaking, the ominous sound of wood creaking that could only come from stairs. It was getting closer. We grabbed anything we could as makeshift weapons. Ready. That was when we heard Sam. We turned towards the source of the voice and found Sam, or something that resembled him. His body was unnaturally cold, covered in an iridescent, slimy residue. His back was grotesquely arched, his head lolled to one side, and his voice, it was a multitude of whispers. What was left of our friend turned to us. His eyes were voids, his mouth a grotesque grin. The Skinwalkers, he echoed, were guardians. We had upset the balance by attempting to communicate with the land to save their chosen sacrifice, and now we had to leave before the dawn, or we would be consumed by the ranch and bound to its malevolent landscape forever. With a mirthless laugh, he moved our makeshift barricade with ease and ran, his gait unnaturally fast towards the same direction we came. The well, that was when the lights flickered back to life, our equipment humming to life. Overwhelmed by fear, we left behind our camp, our equipment, our research, and the shell that was once our friend. We ran to the car. Finally, a glimmer of hope radiated when the engine sputtered to life. With the curse of our electronics no longer alive, we entertained turning around and saving our friend one last time. Whatever it was, maybe it could lead us back to the real Sam, I said. If we stay close, if we stay in the car, if we call in some backup, maybe we can... Leo, Anja said. I paused, the tone of her voice indicating something was very wrong. I looked at where she was pointing, the rearview mirror. That was when we saw it for the last time. It was standing on the roof, watching us as if to make sure we left. We had escaped with our lives, but at a terrible cost. Our friend was lost, our minds scarred, and the ranch's secret was ours to bear. To this day, the haunting echo of the Skinwalker's whispers follows me, ensuring I never forget. The terror of Skinwalker Ranch lives on. Every ending is but a new beginning in the realm of the strange and the unexplained. Subscribe to keep the stories breathing and the mysteries unraveling. Remember, the dark is just a curtain to the unseen. Until we next cross paths again. Sleep well, if you dare.